Hey everybody, I'm Dan McClellan. I'm a scholar of the Bible and religion. Let's take a look at a video.
I am back with another question, and this time I've got a question for Dan.
Happy to do whatever I can. So, all right, let's see it.
So, I love your content,
Thank you for the very kind words.
and so when this question came up from someone, you were the first person I thought of that might be able to help me answer this. So, in one of the groups that I'm in, a woman has been trying to get me to go down the rabbit hole of Bible codes and saying that I need to understand the magic of the Bible codes or I'm missing the wonder and splendor of the things in the Bible. And one of the examples that she gave me was this magical number of 186,400, which is the total number of the people in the tribe of Judah. And she referenced something in the book of Numbers.
So, in Numbers chapter 2, we have the description of how the camps are to be arranged around the tabernacle when they're wandering in the wilderness, and they report the numbers of the different tribes. And the camps who are going to be located on the east of the tabernacle are supposed to be under Judah, but there are three tribes that are represented: Zebulun, Issachar, and Judah. And if you add up all of the people who are supposed to have been a part of those three tribes under the authority of Judah, camping to the east of the tabernacle, it's 186,400 people. That number of people is not historical, it is fictitious and probably to some degree symbolic.
She's excited about it because it is also approximately the speed of light in miles per second.
So the word approximately there is carrying an awful lot of weight, because the speed of light in miles per second is approximately 186,282 miles per second. So if it were 186,300, that would be a little closer. We could say that's rounded off from 186,282, but 186,400 is not approximately the speed of light in miles per second. That is just something that is in the vicinity of the speed of light in miles per second.
And because the Israelites are referred to as the lights of nations, she thinks that lights unto nations, like she thinks that's like super exciting. And because the tribe of Judah is supposed to be one of the most powerful tribes and they have a reference to light, she thinks that this is all something magical and that I need to be paying attention to codes just like this.
Well, there's no accounting for taste, but this isn't even the population of the tribe of Judah. It's Judah plus Issachar plus Zebulun. And again, it is a fictitious snapshot of the population at one fictitious point in time.
I don't think that's true.
And you are correct.
95% of the world is using the metric system. So it doesn't make sense to me that the God of the Bible would make something connected to miles per second when most of the world is using the metric system.
That's a wonderful observation that highlights the ethnocentrism of so much of modern American evangelical apologetics, and it's also worth noting that neither miles nor seconds were units of measurements in the time period when the book of Numbers was composed.
So that's just my 2 cents on it. But before I dove into the rabbit hole, I figured you might have an answer for me. So, Dan, can you make this make sense?
Well, I can't make the claim sound logical, but I can explain what's going on here. This is a common attempt to try to make the text more meaningful and useful by imposing new and different interpretive lenses on them to try to find connections that feel supernatural and make it feel like the text is not the product of human industry. And this is just one more example of that, and it requires not thinking very critically, certainly not Googling competently, but for folks who just want to make the text feel special, if you can proliferate the number of observations about connections between what went on anciently and what's going on today, well, that is going to make the text more meaningful and more useful to folks who, again, aren't really concerned about thinking critically or Googling competently. So I hope that is somewhat helpful. And the fit for this video is the Flash.